Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I'm going to blame climate change for this job. Yep, the weather dried out. It's getting closer to summer, and I thought it's a good time to bring those boards in while they're still dry. But then I wanted to put them in the building somewhere. And in the building implies that there's someplace out of the way. I thought about putting them on the racks that I put on the north wall, but that didn't appear to be a good idea, just because, and they're not that sturdy. Also, I didn't want to move them. I didn't want to have to keep moving them. So that pretty much precluded putting them on the floor for two reasons. When you put them on the floor, they attract moisture out of the concrete. And concrete will wick water right up out of the soil. Which meant if water wicked up out of the soil, it would get the 2x6s wet and they would warp worse than what they are sitting outside, because then they'd only be getting wet on one side and it would cause a problem. So, being the kind of fellow that I am, I just said, well, where can I put them? Where can I put them that they'll be out of the way, but still accessible? And I thought, well, I don't put anything on top of the racks up here. At least I haven't yet. And I thought, well, I could put them up there. That'll work. And it's going to. It's just not easy. They're heavy. They're wet. And they're heavy.
After we used the block and tackle when we cut down the tree up at Brian's house at Canadian Lakes, I gave him the block and tackle, thinking, well, I don't really need it. Then I changed my mind when I saw one sitting on a shelf, and I bought it. It was a very nice one. It's somewhere. I can't find it.
If I tie this off, I want to tie it so I can get the knot untied. But it has to be strong. So a couple of half hitches. That should take care of it. There. Now, pull this up, get it out of the way. These are the anchor ropes for my sailboat. Front and stern. And the reason they became anchor ropes is they were the sheets that I used to haul up the mainsail and the jib. And they aged out, and I said, okay, where can I put them? They won't be getting a lot of wear. So I used them as anchor ropes. Because I had two of them, I wasn't too concerned about the boat taking off on me. If one pulled loose, the other one would still be nice and solid. Okay. Just grinding that out of the line. There we go. Now I'm going to leave this ladder up here. I'm going to take one of those 2x6s and tie it off in the middle and lift it up. And then slide it up here, come up and untie it, do the next one. And I bet there's a lot of you guys saying, no, don't do that. And I'm thinking, yeah, probably a good idea not to do that. having those 2x6s sitting up on the end is not helping. But we did it. I can see that there's some things I need to fix. There. Now I'm going to set those two down so that I don't have to lift up over the top of them. That'll make a big difference. See if we can hook up and get this last board up there. What I want to do, get on the outside of this 2x6, start it up the ladder so that the rope isn't trapped. One of the problems I was having is this is a hay rope pulley designed to go with 1.5 inch, 1.25 rope. That's 3/8 rope that I was using. Well, plenty strong. It's braided nylon and holds a lot. It's small enough it managed to get in between the pulley and the side so it would hang up. So I had to keep tension on both sides so it would ride in the bottom of the pulley. Being nice and thinking I wouldn't need it, I left the hay rope over at the other house. There was a hay lift in the barn, and I had gone through and rebuilt the hay lift because, you know, that's what I do. And used that to lift things out of the back of the pickup truck. And you could lift a lot with it because it was a 4-pass pulley. And had a good 150 foot of rope on it because they used that to hook to the team of horses and pull the hay up into the loft. Now I'm thinking that was not the best idea in the world, but you know, things happen. Now I'm going to see if I can get shelf board on the end there to hold up the end of those 2x6s so that they won't warp. To make that happen, I'm going to need to cut one. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
Is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.